I will tell you 3 things to get your CTR on Facebook over 5%, and also a 4th one which is just gonna blow you away. Over the last few years, we have built a system how you can actually consistently get cost per clicks which are really, really good. And you can literally replicate this if you do those couple of things right, okay? We've tested it on over 100 students and we really know that this works. So the first thing I want to tell you here, I don't want to be misleading. And there are scenarios where a good CTR doesn't mean anything, okay? The number one thing, what happens a lot if you get a good CTR is getting an increase in CPM. Okay, so you have a better CTR, but also a better CPM, and in the end, the click itself is going to cost you the same. So that's not very helpful. And the second thing is getting a really high CTR, however, you have shitty traffic. Okay, that means that your conversion rate drops down because you have such a good CTR, and that, for example, happens if you have an ad which goes viral in a general niche. If you have a product which is a little bit more general and then the thing goes viral, sometimes you don't hit the right target audience which sees the video and clicks on the thing, and they basically just click it because the video is so good. However, they're not interested in the product in any way, okay? So again, if one of those 2 things happen, it's completely useless and you don't need a high CTR. However, if you do those 4 things right, you should actually get only the benefits of a good CTR without having this downside and drop of anything. So the first thing are headlines, okay? So basically the top bar inside of the video, which can be a complete game changer. You can use this in different ways, but the main way of actually using this is immediately capturing the attention of people who are exactly in your target audience. So for example, you're selling some kind of toy, okay? A toy for children. First of all, you need to understand, obviously, you're not selling it to the children, you're selling it to the parents. And then you need to think, what will speak to them the most? And to me, for example, if I don't have a kid, a headline like, your kid will stop watching TV after this is going to be irrelevant. I don't care if my kid is watching TV or something, because I don't have one, okay? However, if you have a kid which actually does watch a lot of TV and you are annoyed by that, this is a perfect headline, okay? So you saying your kid will stop watching TV because of this, or your children's screen time decreased 50% after playing with this toy. Just something along those lines, okay? Will be a complete game changer. And I've literally seen creatives which don't work being revived by a good headline, okay? It's really important to have amazing headlines. And what you can also do is get general products inside of a target audience which you want to direct it to. So what I've, for example, seen is this like light projector which basically illuminates the whole room and makes it look really cool, okay? That's a product which is for everybody, and it's a product which you can not really target. However, I've seen a headline which said something along those lines like, Netflix dates taken to another level, or something like, your date game is gonna go to another level. And you basically take a specific group and talk only to them. Okay? Instead of just hitting a huge mass market, which you're not going to dominate anyways, because it's way too big and it's way too advanced. If you didn't make like at least a couple $100,000, you shouldn't target anything where it's not a clear niche. Because the argument of I cannot scale a product after like over a certain point if I'm not in a huge niche is irrelevant to you, because you haven't even made your first 500K. Okay, so in almost every niche, you're gonna make a few $100,000 if you do it right. Number 2 is having emotional reactions instead of the product itself. And I'm gonna show you an example here. And if you take this clip and put it in front of some kind of jewelry product or some kind of gift or whatever it is, your CTRs will go up drastically. And if you combine that with a perfect headline, and just like as a random example, if you have like a grandpa crying about a gift, and you write down, my grandpa broke down when I gave him this gift, okay? That's a really strong headline with a really strong scroll stopper, just as an example, and then you show whatever product you're gonna show, okay? By the way, like, my grandpa broke down is maybe not the best one, because it's like a little bit against Facebook, because you basically can misunderstand this. However, you get the point. So that's a really strong one, and you should for sure try this out, especially if you have a product which is somewhat giftable. Before we move on to the next step, if you actually want to get connected with my videographer, you can write the word videographer below this video in the comments, and we're going to send him your way. Okay, he's by far the best person I've ever seen who actually makes the ads for us, and he's doing all the ads for me and all the ads for our students, and he's just crushing it. Okay, so if you want to get connected, write the word videographer. So before we get into the craziest one, which is gonna blow you away, let me tell you one thing which is also really important for the CTR. It is the strong offer. Okay, if you have a very strong offer on the page and convey that on your ads, that actually is a game changer. If you have a very strong offer in terms of like buy one get one free, or like some kind of offer there, and also some kind of free gift maybe, and then a justification why you have such a good offer, then it makes sense. Then it actually works really well. Because when you don't have this justification, it's hard to believe. If you have an offer which is just insanely good, people are gonna think, why is this, like, is this a scam or something? Like, why would they do it? In reality, you need to explain them why. For example, in the description of the ad, you're gonna say something like, we're moving warehouses, we need to get rid of all the stock, and that's why we're giving a second piece to everybody who buys one, all right? That makes everything way more believable, and it makes sense. So now let's talk about the last one, and I guarantee you have never heard this anywhere before because I've literally invented it, okay? So, inside of the video, the text need to have implied scroll stoppers. And what do I mean by that? If you say something like, the baby at the end is hilarious, and there's no baby in the video, people are wondering, what's going on? What's he talking about? And that makes them wait until the end to actually see the baby, which is hilarious. Don't do this if it doesn't work perfectly, okay? But if it works perfectly, it's gonna work really well. And you can make your life easier and just say, wait till the end, which has a very strong effect actually, and people will literally waiting till the end. However, if you make it way more specific and way more precise, it's just crazy how many people stop and watch the entire video. And you probably noticed this with yourself. If you're scrolling around Instagram and the caption is indicating something which you don't see yet, then it makes you wait, okay? If you say something, if you literally just say, the mom's reaction is amazing, the mom's reaction is so cute, and there's no reaction yet, people expect a reaction which is gonna come in a second, and they actually are excited for that. So this one, if applied incorrectly, can lead to a shitty conversion rate, because this makes people click and this makes people wait. However, it can attract the wrong people if you don't do exactly what your target audience actually wants to see, okay? So use this carefully, but if you do and you apply this good, it's just gonna get your CTR through the roof. So I have 3 things for you right now. Number 1 is, if you found value in this video and in the tips I gave you, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It's actually very helpful to me. Number 2 is actually apply those, okay? It's not gonna be helpful at all if you just look at this video and think to yourself, what a great entertaining video, that's for sure something I'm gonna try whenever I'm gonna get started. Actually apply this, especially if you're already testing products, apply this, trust me. And the third thing is, if you actually want to work with me one-on-one in a mentoring program, click the link below, sign up for a free consultation session, and we're gonna figure out if we're a good fit and talk to each other one-on-one. And if everything sounds good and we're gonna get started, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the steps are from where you're at right now to actually building a profitable business, okay? And most of you watching are either in the stage of you're testing some things and it's just not working, or you didn't even test anything. And if one of those 2 scenarios is you, then it's perfect. However, I also have a lot of clients coming into the program who already make 6 figures a month. So if you already have an existing business and just want to take it to another level, it's also going to be perfect for you because it's a one-on-one program, and I'm basically going to tailoring it exactly to your needs and your questions. So click the link below and see you there.